national level webinar on role of NCC in sustainable development being organized by the NCC unit of AP Goyal Shimla University. On behalf of university, I take extreme pleasure to welcome Colonel Sunil Shankta, 7 HP Unit CO, Professor Dr. Kuldeep Kumar, ANO NCC Army Wing AP Goyal Shimla University, Professor Dr. Kamal Kashyap, ANO NCC Air Wing AP Goyal Shimla University, in the gracious presence of our Honorable Vice Chancellor AP Goyal Shimla University, Dr. Ramesh Chauhan. Before proceeding further, I would like to introduce our speakers for today's webinar. Cadet Rahul Kumar Tiwari from NCC Army Wing, Cadet Jyoti from NCC Air Wing, Cadet Tengku Wangpan from NCC Air Wing, and Cadet Bhanvi from NCC Army Wing. With this, I would like to invite Dr. Ramesh Chauhan to deliver a welcome address.
Very good afternoon. Thank you, Bharti. So nice of you. And first of all, let me congratulate everyone, on this Environment Day, because as we know, that so many things are happening because of the degradation of environment all over the world. So we knew that how there were so many meetings of the heads of government about the changing in weather, on the globe level. So really, it's a very great concern. But Honorable Colonel Sunil Shankta Sahib, Dr. Kuldeep, ANO Army Wing of the NCC, and Dr. Kamal Kashyap, ANO of the Air Wing, and Miss Bharti, assistant professor and convener of this program. This is a very good, topic, that the role of NCC in sustainable development. This is a very important issue, and especially, that what is this why clean environment is required and needed. And it's a very high time now that we have to act, it's the duty of each and every one of us, in the world, and especially the educated people, So here I see the importance of NCC also, because NCC cadets and students, those who join the NCC, they have a very special, feeling for the country, and to be something, to become something, and they are aware about the good works, the social works, why it's important, and they will be able to cater the needs of the society in some way, in some small way. As we all know, a few days back, we had a type of, that tsunami type we have experienced in the southern states, So all these things are happening, and we see even in Himachal, we have seen the wildfires, and that's the scene every year, So all these environmental disasters are there, We have wildfires, we have droughts somewhere, we have some other some new nuclear incidents like in North Korea. The mind of people is going more negatively, We are not able to understand all these things, So now it is the onus on the younger generation, on the students and the teachers, those who are teaching the students, to take them along with the general courses, to make them aware about the cleanliness around them, cleanliness around their dwellings, and cleanliness environmentally also. There are so many things, how to take clean water to drink, to just to see our parents, brothers, sisters, to properly see, even from cleaning even teeth properly. That's also a service you will cater, There are many people in the family, they do not know how to properly brush their teeth, I'm coming to you to that extent, So really, this appreciative, I will definitely appreciate Dr. Kuldeep. Sir had worked hard to get NCC program in the university, and Kamal Kashyap is also now helping nicely, and Bharti, you are coordinating very nicely. I thank you very much on this Environment Day, and on behalf of AP Goyal Shimla University, I very warmly extend my warm welcome to Colonel Sunil Shankta Sahab, और उनकी blessing से, because he is heading the district Shimla, so he will be giving some inputs, how we should go, and what our students can do, what our faculty can do, and what we can do. Everyone, we are as a unit, and we will definitely cater for this good cause. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Kuldeep Kumar, ANO Army Wing, AP Goyal Shimla University, to address the audience.
Thank you, Bharti, and Jai Hind to all my cadets, and specifically Jai Hind Sunil Shankta sir, or 7 HP NCC Group Headquarters Shimla, taking care of all the colleges, whether it is junior wing or senior wing. So first of all, please let me to congratulate all of you, including me, on this World Environment Day, and my best wishes to all that all we are working together, and we are blessed to save the environment. And as we all know that it is very important to protect the environment. So in view of that, respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, today's patron of the webinar, and chief guest Colonel Sunil Shankta sir, and ANO Air Wing Dr. Kamal Kashyap, and convener of the webinar Bharti Nanta, and the speakers, our speakers for the today's webinar on World Environment Day, Cadet Rahul Tiwari ji and Cadet Bhanvi, and we have 2 cadets from Air Wing, and thankful Cadet Corporal. So I wish you all the best, that today's webinar will be a very informative and wonderful webinar. And specifically, this is the webinar which is being organized by both of the NCC unit, Air Wing and Army Wing. So on this auspicious occasion, we will be taking a lot of inputs, lot of information from our creative minds. And no doubt, as Dr. Ramesh Chauhan, our Vice Chancellor, just shared that there are so many activities worldwide, which are sometimes some type of activities in the areas of other social activities, whether it is Swachhta Abhiyan, Swachh Bharat Mission, or taking the initiative in the education, or taking the initiatives in the poverty development, or taking in the initiatives in the financial literacy. And the one important activities, that is saving the environment and be safe. And specifically when we are coming and we are going through, we are fighting with this coronavirus pandemic world over, and we have seen the real evidence of the environment protection for last 1 year. If you have observed at local and national and world level, we have seen a great improvement in the quality of environment. So this is really a reflection of keeping you in the safe environment. And you can see that while everyone is sitting at home and everyone is observing all the protocol which is set for the fighting of this coronavirus. So in mid of this, you have seen that our environment is also being upgraded itself. So this is the kind of environment itself is healing, and you can observe it very closely. That sometimes when there is a height of some type of human degradation for the environment, and you see sometimes automatically environment is repeating its restoration. So environment restoration And this ecosystem restoration as the theme of this year, I think our cadets will input all this, that how we can protect our environment and how we can save our environment. So that's ultimately we can lead a very happy life to the coming generation. And our younger generation, specifically the NCC cadets, are playing very important role at the nationwide. As you can see, the witness through our today's chief guest from Sunil Shankta, Colonel Sir, that you will see a wonderful activities being organized by the NCC cadets at state levels, and they are getting a great appreciation from the group headquarters over Chandigarh. So it is a very good work which is being carried out by all the NCC cadets, all the volunteers, and with this, I think our NCC cadets will know it in a very well way, that how you are going to protect the environment collectively with the help of so many NGOs. So that's why community development and happiness index through the environment safety can be ensured at world level. So with this message, I have some lines for this today's environment celebrations from one of the poems that I have taken. That धरती नदियां तालाब ये प्यारे सबके सब हैं दोस्त हमारे, इन सबको संरक्षित रखना सबको है सुरक्षित रखना, यही है कर्तव्य हमारा, पेड़ बचाएं जीवन सारा. So with these lines, I again thank you Bharti Nanda for giving me our opportunity to share my some inputs on this particular day, that is World Environment Day. And again, happy World Environment Day, and wish you that you will keep safe this environment and this planet. And now, again, I request Bharti Nanda, over to you, please, to proceed this webinar further. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to invite Colonel Sunil Shankta, sir, a 7 HP unit CO, to guide the audience.
Morning. Am I audible, please?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Ramesh Chauhan, Vice Chancellor, AP Goyal, Shimla University. Dr. Kuldeep Kumar, NCC Officer, AP Goyal, Shimla University. Dr. Kamal Kashyap, again, I believe, ANO Airway. And Mrs. Bharti. Thanks for inviting me at the outset on this webinar. And I would like to congratulate the Vice Chancellor as well as all of you, the cadets also, on the raising of the NCC subunit in your institution. When I joined this unit in 2019, I realized that a couple of the institutions in Shimla were not having NCC, though they were very old institutions. And being a local boy from this town, I felt it a moral responsibility of mine that since I've been posted back to this area, I should put in my endeavor to have maximum institutions, NCC subunits being raised in that. And within this span of around 1 year, I've been able to raise around 3 to 4 subunits in various institutions. And I'm sure by the time things work out because of the pandemic and all, more institutions in Shimla will be able to have NCC subunits going in their units. Since I could not speak or meet due to the unfortunate environmental conditions and the world over, I'll take a few minutes to tell you about what NCC is and what the cadets can look forward when they have joined NCC. NCC is basically a tri-service organization, as you will very well know that you've got an army unit in your institution, you've got an air force, and you've got a naval setup also, where the cadets join the Navy. It's a voluntary organization, and it is one of the largest uniformed youth organization in the world. And presently, we have almost more than around 17 lakh cadets who are part of this organization, who are presently at this particular time part of this organization. And there are a lot many who are ex-cadets and who have already joined and they have left this organization. As a aim of NCC, it's basically to inculcate basic values in a human being. He should have that self-confidence in carrying himself wherever he wants in the society. He should have the confidence, the discipline, team spirit, and these are the basic aptitude we try to develop of the cadet when he's in NCC, so that by the time he leaves this particular organization, he's well confident to take the world head on. Initially, when the organization was set up, it was basically to, as a second line of defense, to as a feeder for the armed forces. But today's environment, people just join because they want to learn more things, because the amount of exposure we give in NCC by the various camps we conduct, whether it's within the institutional camps or we have all India level camps where the cadets interact with cadets from other areas, other places, and we have got youth exchange programs with the cadets. Certain cadets go to foreign countries also, and they interact with youth organizations of those countries. So this is a good exposure for a cadet while he's studying. He also gets an overall development of his personality. This much for the NCC. I'll come to the basic or the main topic which was for today, that is the World Environment Day. First of all, I would like to congratulate each one of you on this World Environment Day. As we are aware that we generally celebrate this day to encourage the practices of saving and protecting the environment. And there can be nothing better time than today when we are facing this pandemic, which is a direct outfall of the degrading environment. As the animal habitat has been reduced by us, by we people cutting the forest areas, this is the ideal time when the pathogens are to spread onto human beings. So we need to take measures how to protect ourselves from this. We need to have peace with the nature now. Because if we don't respect nature at this stage, I'm sure greater havoc is going to maybe take place. As the Vice Chancellor just told, that every day we keep hearing cyclones, floods, wildfire, pandemics. This is all the fallout of degrading environment. So as a youth, we need to take steps, measures, how to protect this environment. Because youth are the people who are the future of this nation. And they are the people who will be enjoying this environment for the maximum period of time. In NCC, we have taken this Environment Day and saved the environment in a very serious note. Over the years, we carry out various camps, various activities to save our environment, whether it's saving the water bodies, planting of trees, cleaning of our public areas, our own houses, our neighborhood, our public places, schools, temples, and any public place, so that the environment is safe. And believe you me, the environment cannot be saved by saying big things. It starts from our own house. We as individuals have to ensure that our surroundings, our places of stay, our place of work, our ecosystem around us is preserved and protected. Once each and every individual starts doing it, I'm sure the bigger picture will fall into place. So, as NCC cadets, I told you, we keep on doing a lot of activities. We have awareness activities also in which the cadets conduct various paintings, webinars, competitions, debate, declamations, skits are being played, nukkad nataks are being organized by various cadets, so that the public at large gets the message across that environment is the key to any success. If we keep degrading our environment, whatever progress may have in whatever field, it does not qualify, or it does not actually give that much of good results unless the environment, we are not able to enjoy that particular thing. Health, as you said, is very important. If we don't have a good health, we may have all the pleasures or luxuries in life. It has of no meaning. And health is the direct outfall of our ecosystem. Unless we don't protect the ecosystem, we will not be able to enjoy whatever we have with us today. And how do you do it? We have construction is a very major thing which is polluting the area. So how do you do it? We construct the houses, buildings in an eco-friendly manner. We have parks, trees planted in front of us. We have water irrigation done. So this is what the youth need to, when they grow up, they need to inculcate and they have to educate. This is how the things have to come up. And once these things fall in place, because unless the society does not change or improve things, we may keep on making rules, laws, but unless the implementation on ground does not take place, things does not fall in place. And this is the time that when the youth or the NCC cadets can play a major role in ensuring that whatever rules and regulations are being made, they are implemented to the last letter. I would request, and I'm very happy that a lot of cadets have shown keen interest towards environment. I keep interacting with other institutions also, and I feel that the youth today is very much aware about the environmental concerns, and he's quite aware that unless we don't protect our environment, things are not going to work out correctly for us. So with these, I won't take much time because I would like to hear to the viewpoints of the cadets and how they want to change this world and celebrate this World Environment Day. I rest my case. Thank you very much. And thanks again, Dr. Ramesh Chauhan, Vice Chancellor, for giving me this opportunity to speak in this particular forum. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Now, I would like to welcome Professor Dr. Kamal Kashyap, ANO Air Wing, AP Goyal Shimla University, to talk about today's auspicious day, the World Environment Day.
Jai Hind, everyone. Honorable Vice Chancellor, AP Goyal Shimla University, Dr. Ramesh Chauhan, our guest, Colonel Sunil, ANO and Dean Academics, Dr. Kuldeep, NCC cadets, respected teachers, and my dear friends. Today, on 15th June, we are celebrating the World Environment Day, and I'm giving the opportunity to give my views on this topic. Friends, the environment is a very vast topic, and you all know a good deal about it already. We know that what constitutes the environment, what are its threats, and what are its significance. Therefore, I have decided to cover the World Environment Day history, events, and importance. The thought of World Environment Day took shape during the United Nations Conference on the Human Environment in Sweden from June 5th to 16th in 1972. The purpose of the conference was to focus on human invasion and its impacts on the environment. As an outcome of the conference, it was decided that a World Environment Day would be celebrated to raise awareness about the impacts of human activities on the environment. The first World Environment Day was celebrated back in 1974. Since then, it is routinely held every year as an United Nations sponsored flagship campaign for the protection and promotion of the environment. World Environment Day includes all the species of the environment: marine, population, ocean, forests, animals, water bodies, etc. It is concerned with every element of the environment that is affected by human activities. The day also address causes like overpopulation, global warming, etc., which has an impact on the environment and the life it shapes. It seems to provide the global platform to the environment cause and event the protection of the environment by bringing governments and people together. For this, the United Nations assigns a specific theme for the events every year. Just to let you know, I would like to tell a few of the World Environment Day themes of previous years. The theme of 2020 was Time for Nature. Similarly, in 2019, the theme was Beat Air Pollution. Likewise, every year, a specific theme is given and events are organized, centralized around the theme. Another interesting fact is that every year a country is selected to host the events on the theme. You would be proud to know that India had twice hosted the World Environment Day. First in 2011 and then again in 2018. In 2011, the theme was Forests, Nature at Your Service. And in 2018, the theme was Beat Plastic Pollution. It is worth mentioning here that in 2018 World Environment Day was specifically significant for India. It is so because the same year the government of India pledged to eliminate completely the use of single-use plastic in upcoming years. It was indeed a very welcome decision, considering the damage plastic does to the environment. I'm happy to mention that the World Environment Day has been successful in uniting people and making them aware of several environmental causes. People are becoming more sensitive to the damages they do to the environment and are taking initiatives to reduce them. We can only ensure good health and long life to our future generations if we protect and preserve our environment. By environment, I mean every part and sphere that we call our home. Soil, water, stones, mountains, animals, fishes, and all the parts of our environment are equally significant in their own way. I think I've said enough. I seriously hope that I was able to improve your knowledge as well as make you a little more concerned about the environment and the damages we do to it, whenever knowingly or unknowingly. I will say just one line in the last that we must protect our environment and we must protect our forests because vano se vayu or vayu se ayu. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Now, proceeding further, our today's speakers are going to start presenting their views on different aspects of environment pollution. First, Cadet Rahul will start.
Jai Hind. I am Cadet Rahul Kumar Tiwari. I am going to speak on air pollution. As we all know that right now we are going through a pandemic. Though this pandemic might not be good for humans, but it was good for someone. Now, who was those someone? Those someone were animals and nature. Nature reclaim what belongs to it. We all heard that in plain regions in many places, Himalayan mountains were visible to the people who have never seen it for at least a decade. In many cities, we heard that animals were spotted. The air became much better to breathe. But what is the cause? We all know that the cause for it is pollution. If you'll ask me to explain what is pollution in one sentence, I would say that the exploitation of natural resources by humans is called pollution. But we all know that this won't satisfy the deeper question. So what is the deeper question? The deeper question is pollution is the introduction of harmful materials into environment. These harmful materials are called pollutants. They can be natural, such as volcanic ash. They can also be created by humans from vehicles, plastic, using factory waste, ashes, so many things. There are various types of pollution like air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, soil pollution. As a living organism, what is the most important thing apart from eating, drinking, is to stay alive, is to breathe air. Not only air, but clean air. We all know that if we inhale bad air, it will affect our health. It is going to affect us and we are going to be severely ill. If there will be no clean air to breathe, very big chunk of humans will suffer. Even animals are going to suffer. As an NCC cadet and as a human, it is our duty to protect it. What we can do. Recently, Nitin Gadkari ji, he said that we can use to biofuel in our vehicles which are working on petrol. We don't need to change anything in our vehicles, and biofuel is going to work the same way it is working with the petrol. We can go to people and we can spread awareness that we should not cut trees and we should use public transport without using our vehicles. We should use such vehicles which provide more efficiency in petrol, for example, more mileage. We should ask our government to provide subsidy to the companies which are making hydrogen fuel or electric vehicles, and to provide it in a much cheaper way to the people. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Rahul. Now I would like to invite Cadet Jyoti. She will talk about hydro pollution.
Jai Hind to all. I am your Cadet Corporal Jyoti Singh from NCC Shimla University, and I am here to speak something and discuss on the basic facts and most important facts on water pollution, that is hydro pollution. Water pollution is a very serious concern, very serious environmental issue that we are facing right now. Water gets polluted when the physical, biological, and chemical properties deteriorate due to human activity. Further, water pollution is responsible for impacting the lives of humans and animals as well. It is extremely hazardous to the environment and must be curbed right away. We might think that the water we drink daily is clean, but it contains pollutants. Thus, we need to adapt measures that will help prevent water pollution on a global level for healthier lifestyle. Some, as I have mentioned earlier, that water pollution is a significant threat to the ecosystem, but the sustenance of life. The major cause responsible for water pollution is definitely the industries that dump waste into water bodies. They do not properly treat the waste and directly dump the harmful toxins in the water. Thus, it happens the quality of aquatic life badly. The aquatic species consume the harmful chemicals which is present in the water and die because of it. Consequently, it is a huge threat to the ecosystem, whether on land or water. Moreover, these chemicals also reduce the oxygen content in the water body. Further, we see the brutal use of fertilizers and pesticides that are done in the agricultural sector polluted the water bodies greatly. When the discharge is not regulated and sanitation is not proper, it contributes to water pollution. Moreover, the humans and animals who consume this water from the polluted water bodies have a negative impact on their health. Besides, these polluted water bodies have become home to bacteria and germs, thus, they cause waterborne diseases and epidemics like diarrhea, cholera, and more. Similarly, they also contaminate underground water when it seeps through the soil. Thus, we need to prevent water pollution by adopting waste management policies. A single organization, government, or individual won't be able to accomplish this task. We need to do it collectively. Now, there are some ways to prevent water pollution. We can all collectively control water pollution to a large extent. We need to realize that pollution's solution is dilution. There are several methods through which we can control water pollution. To begin with, the sewage pollutants contain a lot of toxic materials, so they must be chemically treated in order to make them less toxic. A factor which contributes to this pollution is organic insecticides, so we can reduce it by using less stable chemicals in their manufacturing process. Further, there must be regulation of industries as they shouldn't allow to dump the waste into water bodies. Similarly, there must be proper sewage treatment plants in every city. This will allow using the same water in factories and also in irrigation. Moreover, this water can also serve as a great fertilizer also. In addition, we can also must adapt measures to reduce the occurrence of oil spills. On an individual level, we can also do our bit to prevent water pollution. Begin by saying no to plastic as it remains in our ocean for thousands of years. Reuse the items so there is less waste production. Try limiting use of detergents and bleaches, and if necessary, use environment-friendly detergents. All in all, it is very essential for all to start practicing a lifestyle which does not contribute to water pollution. We need water to survive, and there won't be life without it. Thus, to make a world better place for the upcoming generations, we must start working from now onwards and from our own onwards, from our own home as of. So, thank you so much. Thank you, Bharti ma'am, and that's all for that. Thank you so much. Jai Hind all.
Thank you, Jyoti.
Thank you, Jyoti.
Now, next, I would like to invite Cadet Tingfu. He will share his views on soil pollution.
Jai Hind, everyone. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Ramesh Chauhan, Sir, our Chief Guest, Colonel Sunil Shankta, Sir, Associate NCC Officers of both the wings, Deans of the Academic, HODs, faculty members, and my dear ladies and gentlemen. A very good afternoon to one and all present over here. I am Cadet Corporal Tengfu Wangpan of 1HP Air Squadron Shimla. And on this occasion, I will be speaking on the topic that is World Environment Day. And I have chosen a particular topic that is on land pollution. So before that, let us start with some facts and statistical points, like taking a case study of two countries, that is United States of America and China. So when it comes to United States of America, around 831 square kilometers of the land forest has been destroyed, and 40% of the lakes has been contaminated so far. And on the other hand, China, if we talk about China, around 2 millions of solid waste material generates per year. And if we talk about the grains, that is the food grains contaminated per year is around 12 tons. That is only from China. So with this contrasting facts and statistical points, what we come to know is that the rate of pollution is getting in a very rapid manner, and then it is increasing in a very, very rapid manner. So coming to the main topic, that is land pollution. So when it comes to land pollution, it is the solid and waste materials which has been disposed either on the surface of the land or underground, so which ultimately affects the healthy person like us. So if we talk about the types of land pollution, so this can be like land filling, industrial activities, So if we talk about particularly landfilling, so landfilling is quite common in India. Like we can take the example, like in many states, it has been done. So like what happens basically in landfilling is that a solid waste material has been taken, or it has been disposed or dumped into an open landfill, where it ultimately affects the people and as well as the environment. Now, on the other hand, if we see the industrial activities, so industrial activities is also a major component which is contributing to the pollution. The first thing here is that it generates a solid waste material from the industries, that is, which is either leading to the pollution in the environment, or the agents, which is the chemical agents which has been produced by the factory, is been disposed in the land. So this is again causing a pollution. So now coming to the conclusion, that is, how can we prevent such events going on in our environment or in the global situation or in the global geographical area? That is by taking three important steps, keeping in mind that first thing here is that we'll have to reduce. We'll have to reduce, that is reducing, reusing, and recycling. These are the three simple steps. Like if we talk about the reducing, the rubbish material which we use in our household activities should be demonized, or we should stop using as much as possible. So second thing here is that reusing. How can we reuse? So when it comes to the term reuse, we should try to demonize, or we should, the substances which we use has to be, the substance which we are using, that is the non-biodegradable substance, has to be reduced, and then we'll have to stop reusing. So we'll have to reuse, and then the last and the foremost point here is that recycling. So we should recycle the substances which are non-biodegradable in nature, again and again, so that we do not pollute our environment. So the main motive of speaking on this event is that to create an awareness between us, amongst us and these people living in the country and as well as across the globe. So with this, I would like to end my speech by saying thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being so patiently listening to my statements. Thank you, and Jai.
Thank you, Tengku. Now, at last, I would like to invite Bhanvi, Cadet Bhanvi. She will now talk about noise pollution.
Jai Hind, I, Cadet Bhanvi, on the behalf of NCC HP unit, going to discuss with you a topic over noise pollution on the occasion of World Environment Day. Not all sound is considered as noise pollution. The World Health Organization defines noise above 65 decibels as noise pollution. To be prescribed, noise becomes harmful when it exceeds 75 decibels and is painful above 120 decibels. As a consequence, it is recommended noise levels be kept below 65 decibels during the day, and indicates that restful sleep is impossible with nighttime ambient noise levels in excess of 30 decibels. Basically, there are two types of noises that lead to pollution in their own ways. First one is community noise. The community noise includes noises emitted from all the domestic sources, like noise created by electronic domestic gadgets, refrigerator, juicer, mixer, grinder, television, washing machine, etc. And the second one is industrial noise, which includes noise created by automobiles on road, constructions, activities, fireworks, and loudspeakers. A car horn produces 90 decibels and a bus 100 decibels. There are fewer aircraft for most polluting noise in cities than that there are cars on the road. But the impact is greater. A single aircraft produces 130 decibels. Building, car park construction, road and pavement resurfacing works are very noisy. For example, a pneumatic drill produces 110 decibels. Catering and nightlife also creates noise pollution. Bars, restaurants, terraces that spill outside produce more than 100 decibels. This includes noise from pubs and clubs. It is very unfortunate that we all are subjected to some form of loud noises for a considerable amount of time during the day. It is a daily dilemma to bear with the unnecessary havoc created by the blowing of horns on the roads, the madness created by the loudspeakers, the festive time, expression of happiness, any procession being carried through the stresses, the too much of background scores of Indian melodramatic serials creating a mess in almost every household, and innumerable other sources we can't even think of. It seems like people have a major perception about happiness, which they think can be better expressed by creating loud noises. Even a childbirth in rural areas is informed by the cracking sounds created by kitchen utensils. Nowadays, apart from Diwali, whether it is a marriage or it is about being winning any match, bursting out crackers has become a norm. Unless don't blow away the eardrum, you are not happy. Sadly, many are unaware of the hazards it can cause. Noise pollution is creating vast effect on nature. According to National Park Service in the United States, noise pollution has an enormous environmental impact and does serious damage to wildlife. Experts say noise pollution can interfere with the breeding cycles and recreating and is even hastening the extinction of some species. At certain levels and durations of exposure, it can cause physical damage to the eardrum and sensitive hair cells of the inner ear and result in temporary or permanent hearing loss, known as noise-induced hearing loss. In addition to this, excessive noise exposure can raise blood pressure, blood rate, pulse rates, cause irritability, anxiety, mental fatigue, interfere with sleep, recreation, and personal communication. Children living in areas which high levels of noise pollution may suffer from stress and other problems, such as impairment in memory and attention span. Noise pollution control is therefore important in workplace and in the community. Noise pollution also impacts in wildlife. A wide range of animals, including insects, frogs, birds, bats, rely on sound for a variety of reasons. Noise pollution can interfere with an animal's ability to attract a male mate, communicate, navigate, find food, or avoid predators, and thus can even be an existential threat to vulnerable organisms. The problem of noise pollution is especially serious for marine animals, particularly that rely on echolocation, such as certain whales and dolphins. And much of the world's oceans are polluted with chaotic sound from ships, seismic tests, and oil drills. Some of the loudest and most detrimental sounds in the sea are from naval sonar devices. Whole noise can travel hundreds of miles through the water and is associated with mass strandings of whales and dolphins. Awareness of noise pollution is essential to beat this invisible enemy. For protecting environment from noise pollution, we can avoid very noise leisure activities, opt for alternatives means of transport such as bicycles or electric vehicles, overtaking the car, doing housework at recommended times, insulate homes with noise absorbing materials, etc. Educating the younger generation is also plays an important role in the protection of environment, like we are doing in NCC, making people aware in any solution. As we see these days, during worldwide COVID-19 pandemic, most of the countries declared long-term lockdown, because of which industries production stopped, and there is no more public transportation moving on roads, and the earth pollution decreased rapidly. Such practice should be followed after scheduled interval to keep our earth clean, green, and pollution free. Now I'll conclude my words here. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Bhanvi. Thank you, everyone. We were very much obliged by listening the views of cadets on environment pollution. The only crux from these views we get is we human are only responsible for polluting the environment, and we human can only save the environment. The concept behind observing this World Environment Day is to focus on the importance of environment and to remind people that nature should not be taken for granted and must be respected for its values. This environmental day is absorbing across the world to respect and acknowledge everything that the environment has given mankind and to take pledge that to protect it. With this, I would like to thank everyone, especially Colonel Sunil Shankta sir, for joining today's session because we are waiting from a very long time for meeting you, and thank you for joining today's session. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks to the Vice Chancellor and Dr. Kuldeep also for giving me this opportunity. And it's been an overdue visit to your institution, though. But unfortunately, due to various circumstances, we could not make it because I intend that unless we don't meet and I don't meet the cadets, that feeling of the NCC does not come to the, especially to the cadets, because it's very important that the cadets should know what exactly are the potentials that they can achieve by being a part of this beautiful organization. And I wanted to share my views in more detail, but due to paucity of time, I'll soon get opportunity to interact with each one of you. Thank you very much. Thanks for giving me a chance to be part of this webinar.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining today's session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let me just share the vote of thanks formally from my side. I would like to thank you, our today's chief guest, Colonel Sunil Shankta, for having your valuable input and first virtual meeting with our NCC cadets, as well as all the participants at AP Goyal Shimla University. And as you just said that, yes, really, we would like to meet you physically with our cadets, and our cadets sometimes ask that what is the formal meeting, what exactly will be the way to lead in the NCC and how to get over with B and C certificates. So we told all the cadets that just a matter of time, once the pandemic is over, our normal situation will be there. Certainly, we will have a physical meeting with Colonel Sunil Shankta sir, with his staff for the training and for making aware of the NCC cadets that what exactly the NCC is meant for at national level. So this is all about the NCC, which I think we're waiting for your valuable inputs and formal training for our students at AP Goyal Shimla University campus. And my sincere thanks to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ramesh Chauhan sir, for welcoming the Sunil Shankta sir and all the participants in the today's webinar. And only due to his blessings, we used to have such kinds of events at AP Goyal Shimla University. So that's why our students feel motivated, and really a very wonderful inputs which our students, which cadets specifically, shared on all types of pollution, whether it is land related or whether it is water related or whether it is air related. So all the points have been covered very nicely. And I'm very sure that as Colonel Sunil Shankta sir sharing, that the younger generation is and very well aware of their future protecting the environment or other kinds of social type of initiatives. But the only lacking is there is a there is a need to support the younger generation towards the correct direction. So it is the duty of elder, it is the duty of every institutions that let our younger generation direct towards the correct direction. And only if we are able to motivate our younger generation, and if we are able to make them properly aware that what exactly in the future is going to happen, whether it is environment related, whether it is the IT cyber crimes related, or whether it is their social behavior problem related. So all kinds of these burning issues, that is Swachhata related. So I think it is the duty of elders, whether it is at academic institutions or non-academic institutions, or might be it is as a mentor or the parents, that we need to take care of the kids. We need to be connected with the younger generation, not as the director, or you are directing the things, or you are sometimes going ahead with some with hard voice. No, not like that. I think we must have some friendly relations with our child, with our kids, with our children. So that's why they also understand that their part, their thinking is well taken care of. So I was even listening in our yesterday's webinar, our cadets doctor from Delhi, which we organized yesterday. He has very rightly said that never undermine the student's thought, never undermine the kid's thought. You should take the children's thoughts at your own levels. Then I think you can connect with their thoughts, and then you can actually lead to right directions. That is the best way of living happily, whether it is your family, whether it is your class, or whether it is your university, or whether it is any other type of organization. So as a leader, as a manager, or as a parents, I think we should have a very better, cordial, and friendly relations with our children. And let's motivate them. Let's make them aware about the future, that where we are going actually, and how we can protect the path. So that's why collectively, let's save this environment and the nation, and at all the world happiness certainly will come out of all these kinds of activities. So with this, very thank you for all the participants in today's webinar, that you have given your presence, you have given your valuable time to listen our beautiful cadets, which they share their thoughts on different types of environmental pollution and how to protect this. They have really made some strategies available to us, and if we lead with those strategies, certainly with all these kinds of activities, whether these are being organized, initiated by NCC, NSS, or Scots, or any other junior division or senior division level, at school level, universities level, I think I am sure that this nation will be in a very protective hands of the younger generation. So thank you very much once again. Thank you today's chief guest, Colonel Sunil Shankta sir, our honorable Vice Chancellor sir, Dr. Kamal sir, and Dr. This Bharti for wonderfully organizing this beautiful event, participated by our these 4 cadets, and the inputs which have been shared by these participants really will make some changes in the minds, might not be in their working, but certainly their thinking will be changing, and so that's why they will lead towards a good direction and will function accordingly. So thank you very much. So I will now request Bharti to please wind up today's meetings with the blessing of our Vice Chancellor sir. Vice Chancellor sir, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. We must appreciate that Colonel Sunil, he came over to this function, and he has inspired our students and all of us, and it is just a good start on the environmental day, and we will continue it, sir. And in future, I think when the COVID is over, we'll invite him to the university also, and we'll take it further, sir. NCC is very important. And it's very nice points. Students have spoken very good, about different types of pollutions, But above all, for students, I would like to say only one thing, that there is mind pollution also. When we do these outer pollutions, basically it starts from our mindset. Sometimes we take a cold drink, from the bus, we will throw the the container out on the road. Actually, sometimes some water we will throw, to our neighbor's next flat. So these things happen because we are not aware. वो थोड़ा जो फीलिंग है, संवेदनशीलता जो है कि ये सारा हमारा अपना ही जो है हम नुकसान करते हैं, ये समझ में नहीं आता है. तो स्टूडेंट को ये जरूर फील करना है, दे मस्ट फील दैट वी शुड बी अवेयर ऑल द टाइम, और किसी भी जगह में किसी भी तरह का जो है हम एनवायरमेंट पोल्यूशन ना करें, हम दूसरों को भी रोके और खुद एक आइडियल अपना एग्जांपल दे, दैट वी शुड स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द सेल्फ. सो we have to correct our mindset, I think. With these words, once again, we thank to know this. तो शिमला के बारे में कंसर्न भी है. और अभी there is one good news, that even Himachal Pradesh, it has been ranked second, in one of this sustainable development goals India index. It has come only yesterday in the news. It is known as SDG Index India. So after Kerala, Himachal is second, in environmental. तो दैट से हमारे लिए एक अच्छा एक वो मैसेज भी है कि हिमाचल ऑलरेडी पॉपुलेशन कम है, तो हम थोड़ा करें, और हमारे जो कैडेट्स यहाँ पे हैं तो उनको थोड़ा अपने लाइफ के लिए भी मिलेगा, और हम सारा मिलके इसको करेंगे. एंड वी विल टेक द गाइडेंस ऑफ कर्नल सुनील साहब. थैंक यू सर. Thank you for this webinar. For all the organizer of AP Goyal Shimla University, our media team, our IT team, our deans, HODs, faculties, everybody works together, So I'm really thankful to everyone, Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. So as Dr. Amit sir said, that only sustainable use of resources is the need of time. So that by saying that, I will wind up today's session. Thank you everyone for joining today's session.
Thank you.